Yes, people. Some dude there's in the wrong place. We've got a two-wheel drive Sierra Cosworth caliper here. I don't even know what's up with it, whether it's seized or sticky or what, or it was leaking, but I've an issue with a four-wheel drive caliper that's still on my car. I'm going to strip this one down and make sure I can, for the starters, and see exactly if I can. It looks to be a genuine Ford one, to be honest, looking at the seals and this piston, because the aftermarket ones are slightly different. I need a rewind tool and a chock to go in it. It's a cheap kit I've bought, it's only like £25. I've got to try and unwind it, but there's a special tool you need to undo the handbrake mechanism, so I don't really know how far I'm going to get with this. And looking at my circlip pliers today, they look like they've had a bang in my toolbox, because they're not even meeting. They're not going to be much good, I don't think. So I'm going to start by undoing the caliper, well, undoing the piston. It's a bit of a faff. Just basically unwinding it. Right, I think we're good to go. Oh, that is seized. Jesus. Oh no, that's not going to go that. I might need to get it on the vice or something. I don't know. No, that's locked up. Limited tools as well, because I'm at work today. Just thought I'd do it while I've got nothing to do. No, I don't think I've got out. Ropey adjustable for the Harris fence. I don't want to knacker this up now. Oh, that's not moving now. Oh, no. Well, off to a flying start here, aren't we? After a bit of wrestling, it's come in now. Oh, it's a bit stiff though. Yeah, it's like it keeps locking up. Coming out fast now, it's about to pop. See the dust boots fully stretched. Took that piece off, it's hindering me. Should just pop. Mamma mia. Fighting me right to the end. See that boot? Maybe I should have took that off first. Come on, you rascal. Yeah, I think that's it there. Yeah, pistons out, pistons out. What a ball ache. See where they start rusting inside. It might clean off that, but you get water in your brake fluid if you leave it, you see. And then ultimately, inside your brake caliper starts rusting up. No, I don't think my circlip pliers are going to get down there. That's deep. That is deep, deep. Not a cat in house chance. Well, back to the drawing board, I guess, guys. I need some better tools. I've come this far though. What a mission. Right, I've been poking about inside with the screwdriver. I don't advise doing this without the right long nose circlip pliers. They're certainly not long enough. There's a piece inside the piston you can strip with them, but it's the handbrake mechanism I'm interested in finding out how it works. Anyway, I've undone this, managed to twist my screwdriver in and it's pinged off. It absolutely jumps out my skin. To rebuild this, you need a special tool apparently. It compresses the spring and then you get the circlip on, and I imagine it's something like a valve compressor, but I believe you can do it with a socket. My socket's too small for a start, and also my G-clamp's way too small, but I'm hoping I can just clamp a socket down and then refit the circlip afterwards, but I don't know what is actually beyond all this. Another circlip. I don't know if you can see that. I should have brought a torch really. Yeah, I took my own advice here. I've gone and got what I'm hoping is the right tool. I think they're 6 centimetres deep, so they should do it. Sprayed a bit of WD-40 around the handbrake mech. I'm still unsure how this comes out, to be honest. Brought some better tools with me. The camera's a little bit nearer as well, so you might be able to see. Basically, we've unscrewed that so far. I removed the dust seal as well. Inside, I managed to unclip a circlip with a screwdriver, but really I should have used these bad boys. Anyway, let's remove that. I can't believe how bone dry in there it is really. It's rusty, but usually when you pop this cylinder out, there's brake fluid everywhere, so I'm not sure what's going on there. It's still quite a faff even with a tool. Yeah boy, look at that. Oh, be careful you don't lose that as well. That pinned right away. What a difference the right tool makes. And there is a difference in them. No, there's not. Yeah, there is. Bottom one's slightly smaller. So what happens now then? We've gouged something out. Have to try and move something about with the mole grips, I think. Right, 10mm ratchets out. Try removing this first. I think it's going to be much good. Like, that must come out of there. Just wiggling it up and down or something. It's stuck fast. It's not even moving. Yes, progression. I've had to take the inside out of this piston. It's a spring-loaded circlip. I managed to get it back in with a G-clamp and a socket because I managed to get it out. I've had to screw the bung on. Basically I had to put it in my vise at home and actually roam it out with this screwdriver. It did come out, which I'm glad about, and it's absolutely minging inside it. There's like a metal torpedo inside as well, but look at it, it's just bare rust. It's like, I don't even know. If I clean it up, it's only a spare caliper, so it doesn't really matter. With regards to the handbrake mechanism, got a socket on a bar and just wiggled it, managed to get it going barely at all. But once that middle pin's come out, I've got this same screwdriver, wedged it underneath and just smashed it a few times with a hammer, and it's about to come out. This is the first time it's been out, to be fair. But you can see actually why it was stuck. Look at the kip of that. Yeah, it's rotten. It probably won't go again, this caliper, but like I say, it's a spare, and at least I know exactly how they come apart now. But look at that. Is that meant to be the seal? What's left of it? My God. Yeah, I'm pretty chuffed that it's come apart, to be fair. Once I was stuck on that yesterday, in the manual it just says pull it, and boy did I pull on it. So I don't know, it'd be quite interesting to clean it up with some wire wool and see if it can like semi work again. Like I say, I'm not going to fit this on a car or even put a new seal kit on it, but just to see it moving how it should. There's actually a spring missing off it that I've took off as well, but it still doesn't move. I'll just give it some oil and a rub down with this, see if I can get it any better. There could even be another seal on there. Yes. Change location here, and it's time to rebuild it. I've been cleaning a few bits as well. Handbrake lever's not looking too clever. Proper pitted. I've also cleaned the spring up. I did find it, and the retaining bolt, just so it spins on it. I could barely get it on before, but that's all right. To clean up the main pin. Inside, I've not really done much. To be fair, if you took your wheel off and found a caliper like this leaking, the age of it, even though it's a genuine Ford, shame. I'd probably get a reconditioned caliper, but if you took your road wheel off and found your caliper like this, fairly good condition, and hopefully Ford, if it were leaking from down here, you'd be wet down here typically. Leaking out of here, this cylinder, with that seal there. The rebuild kits you get for them, I think you can get just a seal kit, which is basically all these boots. You get spare ones of these. There's a seal on that piston in there. There's a seal on here. I think you can get a kit also that includes a new piston, which, I don't know, if this was a little bit better, maybe you would get one because it's gone there with the rusts. You can't get a rebuild kit with one of them included, unfortunately. What I'm going to try and do now is put it back together. I kind of know what everything does. You're meant to use special brake glue on this as well. If you use lithium or general purpose grease, I think it would eat away at the seals after a while. As far as I'm aware, this here is only a dust seal, because I don't think the brake fluid goes past that seal. And I'm going to give it a go anyway. I've still got a caliper to rebuild, so if it all goes pear-shaped, no harm done. I'm just going to coat inside. Hopefully it can go back together. Yeah, it's the first time I've ever tried this, but for the sake of a £20 kit, might be worth doing. Caliper I'm actually trying to save, it's a genuine Ford one as well. I'm 4x4, so they're a bit harder to come by. I don't know, maybe you should slap the grease in. It's took a bit of cleaning up though. Clean my thumb as well, look. The wire wheel. I'm going to fit this spring as well. That's why I want it to spin. It's going to be a tight fit. Trying to get it in that hole anyway. I think it's in. Got to be careful you don't cross thread it. Just got to compress the spring. Oh, it's not even in. Come on. Yeah. We're on. Yeah, it's all a faff, one big faff this, and there's that many bits and bobs and pieces. Luckily there's a good A lot of people out there that'll help you. I'm not going to lie, I looked at a manual that someone uploaded on a Facebook forum. Just double check everything. I had to, because I couldn't get the pin out the middle. I had to basically force it out. But it's so crusty. But rather than knacker that one up, which is perfectly good and fine and working, this one was a spare, so yeah. I've got like 6 calipers, 7 including this, so I suppose it's handy to know, innit? Look at that, peachy. Couldn't even move it with that bar on it. There had a bar on it the other day, with a socket on it, on there, trying to move that. Couldn't get it going for love nor money. Greased up my nipple. It's going to go in. One down. I'm not going to lie, that was difficult. I'm messing about with these long nose things. Oh, it was quite difficult. I've had to push it down. Well, seat it home with a little screwy. Basically just pushing on it, getting it in the groove and then flicking them over, because the circlip, it was just pushing down there. Well, like I say, one down. Cup of tea time now anyway. It's not the warmest of days, to be honest. Right, it's trickery time, this one. This is the bit I'm kind of like dreading. Apparently you need a Ford special tool to do it. After great success with that one, this has got to be under some sort of compression now, without damaging these. I've got to somehow get that on there with a G-clamp, and then these down the side to try and get that in. What I was on about before, when these go in, they can go through like that, dead easy. And when it's through there, like, you kind of like peeing in the wind. That's what I was doing before, getting that right behind it, pushing it in. But I might not have the room. My G-clamp, it's a whopper. I've not even like trial run it or nothing yet, but it's looking like it's going to just about fit. But with this on it and the needle nose pliers in there, it's like bloody keyhole surgery. So I'm going to try and fettle it. I think I managed to do it. You can see me set up. I've had to put the caliper in a vise with a G-clamp with a socket to compress the spring. To drop down there and get the circuit pliers in. But to be fair, I struggled more with the other one. It was like heart in your mouth stuff. I don't know how hard to go down on it to bend those levers sticking out all the way around that disc thing there. I'm going to undo the G-clamp now and see what the crack is. But I think it's bedded. Nah, we're having it. I don't think, well, G-clamp might be the winner, but, well, obviously not at the minute, but it's probably doable with a G-clamp, but I'm struggling. The only thing I can think of now is take that thing back out of there, try and use that to screw it down. Yeah, maybe. The circlip in there and like a spring-loaded washer. Well, 4 of them. I'll work that out. rascals. I'll keep them in order. Oh, yeah, they're in order. Yeah, I'm going to take this out of here. Hopefully wind it down. Well, winding that down didn't work. I'd end up nailing it up. So I'm back on the old G-clamp. This is it, the moment of truth. Oh, well. Yes, it's down. Yeah, it was that little rascal down there. Right, I'll have to rebuild this caliper now. It's absolutely minging in there. There is a breather hole in here. It was blocked naturally. But yeah, I didn't even realise there was a breather hole in there. So this, like I say, there's another seal on there. That just goes in. That's what winds onto that thread. But here, there's three. There's 4 washers here that like spin round. And they're pressurised. So I'm going to have to G-clamp this again with a smaller washer, a smaller socket. I think it like lets it spin. There's light ball bearings in there. Yeah, I'm going to have to put some pressure on it. I'll come back with the socket on it. Right, I've gone down a size on my G-clamp. And you can't put too much pressure on this. It just wants to go down a little bit. Just enough. Okay, I think we're good. I had to use this little screwdriver just to pop it in. Right. Let's see how it goes in. Home straight now, I think. It's been emotional. I don't know if put the boot on now or just put a touch of lube on that. I think if I put the boot on now, just put a little dab on the thread. I didn't get the rewind tool. I had this off an old angle grinder. It's pretty much just right. I had to take the piston back out so I could seat the boot properly. With the tool, as you're winding, it's pushing on it as well. Right, it's wound in okay. Just the last test now, as if that was the brake disc. Test the handbrake mechanism. Definitely moved. Yeah, it's been a learning curve, that's for sure. Difficulty rating, I'd probably say, with the right tool, which I've never even seen a picture of it. This bloody spring compressor thing, this special tool, I'd imagine a difficulty level of 5. Pissballing about with a G-clamp and a socket, I'd probably put difficulty up to an 8. I've got to get the other caliper off my car because I'm going to have a go at rebuilding it, I think. Not to lose. Nice one, guys.